And so what would you suggest as far as like when to hire someone? Because like you said, there's kind of that challenge, that point where maybe there's not enough, it doesn't feel like there's enough income coming in to justify hiring someone, but at the same time, you need to be able to move the business forward. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah. And you know what? I took a risk when I started, my company, and I said, who's the first hire? Where do I need help the most? And for me, it was on the admin side, just help me. I used to write my own articles at first, and I needed someone to help me post them on social media, circulate them on social media so it will grab investors' attention, schedule meetings with investors. And so that's my first hire was actually an admin. And I use Upwork, where you have people from either the US, you can hire them for, $10 to $15 an hour, or if you're on a tighter budget, then you can hire people from, the Philippines or India, and you can find someone for $5 an hour. How good they are, I don't know. Some of them are decent. So you can, do either way, either hire locally or internationally. And you can say, hey, I am going to allocate 7 hours, a week, and I'm going to pay someone $7. Let's say they're from the Philippines, or $10 an hour. So, $70 a week, it's not a huge budget. And so that's basically how you can start, hiring just the one thing you hate doing the most, and takes the most out of your time, because every minute I spent on scheduling, a call with investors, that was another minute I could look at another deal, or speak with someone that can help me, either bring capital, or, by investing in my deals, or help me underwrite a deal, or look at a deal, or manage the asset, or do something else that brings a lot more value. Because for my business, it wasn't the best use of my time to do the administrative, tasks. So that's one way of doing it. Another way, if you say, you know what, I absolutely have no money, which in syndication will be a little bit challenging, because just the down payment, you need to come up with a substantial amount. Well, not for the down payment right away, but you can raise money from investors for that, but just the hard money, which, could be 25,000, could be 100,000, could be $200,000, as long as you're under contract. So you do need to have some money, but assuming you don't have money at all, you can basically find people and say, hey, can you, if you know how to underwrite, and I've seen it being done before, where you have one person who says, I can bring capital, I have investors, I have the connections, I have the online presence, whatever it is. I either don't like or don't know how to underwrite deals. And so the other guy would say, I'm really good at that. I know how to underwrite it. Let's team up, and then we can split whatever profits, I don't know, 50-50, 60-40, whatever it is. So you can find people who are able to do that. I've also seen structures where there were two partners or one partner, and they didn't like to underwrite. So they said, hey, Mr. Underwriter, why don't you underwrite deals for free for us? And in returns, when we close a deal, we're going to give you, I don't know, 2% or 3% of the general partnership, basically from whatever we're making. We're going to give you a small piece. And some people really like that. And it works. So money shouldn't, stop anyone from starting a business. There's always, a way to work around it. That's how startups, how do they start? I mean, there's not a lot of money. And even if they raise money from VCs and from investors, they don't have enough to pay nice salaries, and they're still able to attract good talent. And they do that by making them feel that they have some sort of, meaning and excitement. They build excitement around a brand, and also they give them some equity. So people know, okay, I'm not taking a big check today, but I believe in this company, and this, the equity that I have can turn into a lot of money if we're successful.